You never know what it'll take to finish a painting. You just have to trust the process. In this video, we'll see a demonstration I did at one of my shows. Since then, I've done quite a few paintings in this style, starting with black Sumi ink dispersed in a bed of water. I'm preparing for a new exhibition, and the ink paintings have become monochromatic underpaintings for colored oil glazes. It's always quite a process working out a new technique. You know, I'm going to do a demo, or a painting. I'm just going to do a painting of the Sumi inks on Yupo paper. And I've got these full big sheets. This is the heavy duty stuff. Different Sumi inks and different pigments from our local dirt out here. This is earth red. It's a beautiful, beautiful color. And that's just earth from around here. Then I've got some different colors, like this is Yakima Canyon, and it's kind of south of the Rosa Dam, and it's a real nice, like almost a raw sienna. I mean, that's raw sienna right there. Look at that. I use a few different brushes. This is one brush that I made out of goat hair from one of our goats. This is goat hair that I clipped off the goat, and then I tied it up real tight in a bundle, kind of straightened everything out, combed it out, and then I sanded it off, cut it and sanded it off really flat, and then super glued it onto a stick. This is Sumi ink in a bed of water. It makes a great textured monochromatic underpainting. Here's some of those natural earth pigments that I get from around my area. I can sprinkle those into the wet surface and they spread and interact with the ink. You have to be patient. Go back in with some wet ink, and if it's still wet, it'll spread and interact. I love the random nature of working this way, because there's things that are out of your control, and then there's a few things that are in your control, and then you can add some control later after it's dry and work back on top of it. We've got quite a few of these mid-sized one sets. Some of them worked out great with just the Sumi ink and some walnut ink. But some of them needed more layering, so I started using oil paints to layer on top of the Sumi ink black and white.
Whoa, that's a lot.
This is the painting that I started at the demo. It's been sitting around my shop for a few years. And now I'm going back in and adding some walnut ink and trying to finish up the black and white value information, and then adding colored glazes with oil paint over the top. I remember the quote of Brian Eno many years ago. He said, "Trust the process," and that's kind of what I'm doing. And Pablo Picasso said, "Inspiration exists, but it has to find you working." A lot of it's just work, and then the interest shows up. The wisdom channel opens up through the top of your head, and all of a sudden there's something that's interesting comes into view, and
then it's clear. I'm going this direction. Follow that thread, and then try not to get off track from the thread that's coming through from the ether. I mean, that's kind of what it feels like. It really does feel like that. And it doesn't happen all the time. It doesn't show up all the time. You can't just turn on the switch. So I've got a new show coming up in 2025, and I'm going to mount these paintings onto aluminum composite panels. Sand these a little bit. This is where I put the screws through from the front, where the painting is going to go on here, and I'm going to glue it down onto this with spray adhesive. So this is going to go on here. Let's see. So I'm just going over this flash paint. I want this light, this gray blue to be a little lighter and more even. I'll just spray a retouch varnish on this, and then these colors that are sunken in will pop. I'm sure people will tell me what they see in it. That's kind of what I like. People will see things in it. It's like looking at a cloud. I like these paintings to be the inspiration for the viewer's imagination.